Good morning, grab your cup. I'm sure you're familiar with triggers, those things that happen throughout the day. Somebody says something, something happens, and it pushes us right away into a reaction that we don't want to have. Often it's a reaction where we're really ticked off or we feel really hurt. Something happens and we're triggered out of the space that we want to be in. If that happens to you, listen up. I want to share what's actually going on. My name is Linda Downey. I'm a transformational health and whole life coach. I work with women who are stuck in stress and anxiety and chronic health conditions and patterns that are toxic to how they want to feel and how they want their life to go. So if this makes sense to you and you want more information about how do I get out of that, put talk at the end and in the comments, and I'll make sure that we connect. But what exactly are triggers? Here's a way that you could think of it. Imagine that you have a cut on your arm, a pretty significant cut. It's like a wound, right? And instead of taking care of that cut, you just put a shirt over the top of it and you have a sleeve over it and you go about your day and you go about your life. And through the course of life, as that wound is covered over by your sleeve, sometimes you'll walk past someone and they'll accidentally bump your arm and you'll be like, ooh, you'll feel that and it'll hurt and you'll react because there's pain there, because that cut is still open. That wound is still letting itself be known. It hasn't healed over. Sometimes somebody will come up with you and they'll grab your arm, and that's a big response, like, ow, don't touch me. Huge response. Both of those are triggers, and depending on what someone does is how deeply you react. But it's not because somebody walked past you or touched your arm. It's because you have a wound there that didn't get addressed. If you can take off that sleeve and actually look at that wound and do what needs to do to get that wound to heal over, then when that happens, the next time somebody touches you there, you might know there's a trigger. You might feel, like when there's a scar, it might feel a little bit more numb, but you don't have that huge reaction. The trigger is really the wound in you that has not yet been healed. And that's what you're reacting to. It might be somebody grabs your arm and it's this wound of, I'm not good enough. Somebody's saying something. We were talking about this in my group call last night because the holidays are coming up and people have situations where they're going to be with people who trigger them, and they end up feeling not good enough. They end up feeling judged and criticized and all of that based on the conversations that are there. But it's really a wound that they're carrying that's going to drive the response. So again, if you have triggers and wounds that are keeping you stressed, I'd be happy to talk to you.